Senior IB official Rajinder Kumar, who is now retired and finds himself charged with murder by the CBI in the Ishrat Jahan fake encounter case, has broken his silence for the first time. He says that Ishrat was a terrorist. The murder charges against him are false. Let's go across to Sunetra for more details. Sunetra, you've spoken to Rajinder Kumar. Tell us what he had to say about this entire case and the charges against him.
Well, he spoke for quite some time, and he spoke on record for the first time, and he seemed very, very angry about what has happened. While he didn't go into specifics, because he said, I haven't seen the charge sheet, I haven't been given a copy of the charge sheet, but he spoke about, he was very clear about what his take on the case was and where he stood with this. And sometimes he, he really attacked the CBI on the case that they've made against him. When we asked him specifically about the murder charge, as you know, CBI in the charge sheet, out of the 4 IB officers that have been charge sheeted, Rajinder Kumar, former Special Director of the IB who retired in July last year, is the only one who's been charged with murder. And to that he said that our action is relating to counter-terrorism. He's very, very clear, and there is no criminality involved at all. So he says very clearly on that it is all relating to counter-terrorism. And of the CBI, he says that there are very few police officials in this country, apart from some in the state and some in the Intelligence Bureau, who know about counter-terrorism. He said he had worked in counter-terrorism for the last 30 years. His entire career had gone into counter-terrorism. The CBI didn't know at all how counter-terrorism worked, and that is why their charge sheet was completely ignorant of facts and also of evidence. And he says that not many police officers know about it, they are ignorant. And when I asked him, because there's been a huge fight between the IB and the CBI on this, so I asked him that the IB has been backing him. This is a case that even went up to the National Security Advisor, other top people in this country, whether the IB was going to defend him now in court. He was very clear that, look, what I did as an IB official, but now I'm a private citizen. But he said he had all the evidence to prove that the CBI was wrong. He says, I performed, and I quote, I performed my duties. When we asked him about one particular instance, which CBI gives in great detail, CBI says that DG Vanzara, the IPS officer who's also been charge sheeted for the killing of Sohrabuddin, for that fake encounter, CBI says there was a meeting before night before the killings between the two of them, and the CBI says that they were overheard and there was a fight between them. Rajinder Kumar totally demolished it by saying that, look, I was the top officer. Do you think that if the 2 top officers are meeting, that someone would have the audacity to come in and overhear what we were doing? Because CBI quoted another police official of saying what was actually happening. And so he says that, look, there is no evidence. Please look at the evidence. CBI has no evidence of all that they're trying to say. And this was an instance of, he said, how weak CBI's evidence really was. He said, and I quote, their evidence will prove falsehood. And he said he had that evidence to prove them wrong. In fact, when he was defending himself, he went on to tell us, I have done single-handedly more for the protection of this country than anyone else. No one has done more of this. When we asked him about the antecedents of Ishrat Jahan and the 3 other people who were killed in that encounter in 2004 in June, he said that, look, and he's been charged with murder, and the fact that CBI hadn't really gone into the antecedents because the court hadn't gone, he said there is no doubt in my mind that all 4 of them were part of the terror plan. So many people have said that Ishrat Jahan was a college girl who got caught in the crossfire, but Rajinder Kumar is very clear, all 4 of the people that were killed were part of a terror plan. That is his version. In fact, he went on to say, we are not vultures who will kill people. We are human beings, and we know how to save lives. Gargi, back to you.
Sunetra, very briefly, what happens now in the case? When will Rajinder Kumar get a chance to really put forth these points that you're talking about?
Well, what will happen now is that the CBI court in Ahmedabad will take cognizance of it. One big problem for the CBI is that the Attorney General has also said that you can't move ahead without sanction from the Ministry of Home Affairs. So we have to see whether Ministry of Home Affairs, which has also been backing IB, whether they give that sanction or not. And CBI is aware while they may feel, their officers may feel they don't need the sanction because they're saying that what happened wasn't in the line of duty. CBI, other legal experts feel that the case completely collapses. So we have to wait and see what the court says, whether they get sanctioned or not, and after that the court orders what next has to happen. But really, it's in for a long legal fight for the CBI with this charge sheet.
All right, Sunita, thanks so much for joining us with that story. Now, NDTV accessed the second charge sheet in that Ishrat Jahan encounter case in which the CBI has charged the Intelligence Bureau officials for murder and conspiracy and abduction. Let's bring you some of those details. Joint operation on crime conspiracy carried out by Rajinder Kumar, then Joint Director SIB Ahmedabad and the Gujarat Police, in which they kept the deceased Ishrat Jahan and others in custody. Ishrat Jahan was put under discreet audio surveillance by the SIB officers, namely MK Sinha, Rajiv Wankhede, T. Mittal, IB officials and Gujarat Police abducted the deceased Amjad Ali. He was wrongly confined at the Arham farmhouse in Adalaj Road, and during that secret wrongful confinement, Ali was interrogated by DG Vanzara. Call data show that Javed was entrapped by calls which were made from Rajinder Kumar's number.